Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you what I think, in my opinion, are the best RC cars that you can buy in 2022. Coming in at number 8, the team associated Rival MT10. Now, we're going to go through all these in the order that I like them in, so my favourite one is going to be last. Now, the MT10, in my opinion, is the best budget RC car that you can buy. Yes, you can get cheaper, but this, in my opinion, is the best bang for buck. The amount of abuse that this thing can take is absolutely amazing. It's brushless, it's fast, it's durable. The parts are cheap, the car's cheap, it handles good, and I can't really fault it in any way except for this. The suspension arms are a little bit on the weak side and they do break early on. Brakes. Oh! Uh-oh! Amputation! Oh, that's killed it. Broken arm off. But luckily, RPM do make some heavy duty ones. Now, I haven't got time to give you guys all the techno babble, so I'm just going to put a link down below where you can get all these cars from and where you can get all the specifications from. And also, if you click down here somewhere, there's going to be a little product link. You can get the cars from there as well. Now, Traxxas and Armour do also make some good contenders. However, the Traxxas, although they're higher quality and probably the best quality out of all of them, they are more expensive. Now, the Armour's probably about the same quality as the MT10, but they are more expensive. But they do have different flavours. You can get short course, you can get a monster truck, they even do a buggy. So no matter which car you choose out of these ones here, I don't think you'll be disappointed with any of them. Next on the list, the Lossy LMT. Check this thing out. So just like on a real monster truck, and this one's on its transport wheels at the moment, this is what it looks like on its proper wheels. The LMT has solid live axles, 4-link suspension, drive shafts running down the middle, centre diffs, engine and gearbox in the middle, and the epic body. So there we go, look, solid axles, 4-link suspension, drive shaft in the middle, centre diffs, all the motor transmission in the middle, and the epic body. Look at that, it's even got a roll cage in there, just like on the real one. So this one here, the Son of a Digger, is fully stock. I've also got the Gravedigger version, and this one I've put on a load of upgrades. So I've got a load of aluminium upgrades from Trill, like these alloy beadlock wheels, 70/75 aluminium axles front and rear steering conversion, these epic servos from Ludicrous, absolutely epic RCs, and hopefully one day they're going to make an XMax sized one. Oh, tumble wumble. Oh, I think I broke it. Oh, the whole thing's shifted. What? The whole axle's that way. It's getting it now! Oh! That was punishing. It loves it, it's still going. Next up, the Traxxas TRX4. Now these come in many flavours, so the Bronco, a Defender, tactical unit, and even a 6x6, amongst others. So what makes these so good is its portal axle. So if you have a look at this, look, the axle is higher than the centre line of the wheels. If you look at a normal crawler, the axle is in line with the centre. So diff clearance wise, check this out. We have just about 2 fingers worth. Then we go over to the Bronco, 3 fingers. They also have lock-in differentials on the front and the rear axles and a 2-speed transmission. And if you look underneath, just like on a real crawler, we have steel chassis. Oh no! Steel chassis rails, live axles, multi-link suspension. This one here's in bits at the minute because I borrowed the pinion for a video that I did on the 6x6. Now the main reason why I like these so much is their durability. Now this one here, I put in a stupidly powerful motor that can run on 6S LiPo. Well, the ESC can, the motor not officially, but I did do it. I had it on the skate park, I had it in the BMX track. The durability of these cars is unreal. For a crawler, anyway. Oh, Jesus. Backflip. Oh! Oh my God! It landed. That's full speed. That is full. Oh my God. Now don't forget guys, everything in this video is my opinion. You are entitled to have a different opinion to me. Just because I prefer a certain RC over another RC does not mean it's better. It just means that I prefer it. And for me, the best RC car is whichever RC car puts the biggest smile on your face. And that is going to be different for everybody. And also, there's many RC cars that I haven't got. So this is just my experience from the RC cars that I've got. And you can disagree with my opinion, and that's fine. Some people get personally offended when I say I prefer an XMax over a Kraton. I don't really know why, they're just toy cars and we can all like different ones. So as long as you've got the one which you prefer, your friend can have the one that he prefers, and we can all have fun in this great hobby. There's no need for arguing and calling each other names just because you like a different car. Next on the list, the Armour 6S platform. And this one here, the Fire Team, is my favourite. Oh! Oh no! That's flat out. That's flat out. Got to be 70, isn't it? Man, look how cool that looks now with that body. Oh, 68. Now this Fire Team has been modified. The original one's got like a side-by-side body on it with all these guns and stuff sticking out of it. So I'm not really a fan of all that. So I put on this HBI Savage body here. So the Armour 6S platform, they do take a good beating. And if you modify them with all the M2C and Scorch parts and stuff like that, then they are one of the strongest RC cars that you can get. The Fire Team, it is a longer wheelbase to some of the other ones. It's got a handbrake module. And for some reason, with that combo and these tyres, these things are just so much fun to drive. Now, you've got the Notorious and the Outcasts, and these are more geared for your stunts because they've got a shorter wheelbase. Then we've got the Italian, which is slightly longer and lower slung for better handling. They're all pretty much the same underneath, so just get whichever one you like the look of. I backflipped off the back of you. Now I know what you're saying. What about the Sledge and the Kronos? So the Kronos is supposed to be an extreme basher, so they market it. Now it takes a mild bashing, extreme no. Now what I do like about it is that it seems to handle better than the other ones. It just sort of feels lighter when you drive it. The steering's more precise. And it probably goes about the same speed on 4S as the other ones do on 6S. But what lets it down is its durability. Next up we got the Sledge, and I've not really played with this enough yet to know if I prefer it or not. So at the moment, I'm not fully sure yet until I know more about this and I've used it more. What I like about the Armours, they're so versatile. There's so many different body designs, chassis lengths, different combinations. Even these speedrunning cars are built on the same platform. So maybe next year, after a little bit more testing and a little bit more playing, this may well be my new favourite in this category. But so far, I'm still going to have to go with the Armour just because I'm not sure about this one yet. But my gut feeling is that this is going to need a lot less upgrades to make it as durable as an Armour. With an Armour, you've got to literally upgrade everything. Well, not everything, but like a lot. You've got to pretty much, to make them extremely bashable, you've got to probably put the same money what the car cost into it again in upgrades. That may well be the case with a Sledge, but so far, I don't know. Man, I love this hobby. And there's so many options out there nowadays, and having all these different brands brands all competing against each other gives us, the end user, bigger smiles on our faces and better value. Next up, we have the Traxxas UDR. And oh my God, what a beast. Oh God, what? What is going on here, man? What happened? Ugga-duggers everywhere. Anyway, a lot of you guys always ask me, why do I have so many ugga-duggers and why are they called an ugga-dugger? So firstly, I have a different tip on each tool. So when I'm wrenching on these cars, all I've got to do, pick up the one that I need, boom, I'm good to go. And people say, what a waste of money, just have one and change the tips. However, these tools do all have a lifespan. So if I've got 8 of them, that means that each tool is going to last 8 times longer. So ultimately, it's going to be the same price and you've got more convenience. And this is why it's called an ugga-dugger. But anyway, the Traxxas UDR, the unlimited desert racer. Is it unlimited? Ultimate? I don't know. But what a absolute beast. You really have to drive one of these to appreciate it. When you drive this on like wet golf course grass, it's got a locked up rear differential. You can just drift and slide this around. It is so butter smooth. The handling is great. The suspension travel, especially when you put the camera into slow motion, it looks so super realistic. And just like on the real one, we have a solid rear axle, 4-link suspension, double shocks, double wishbone suspension up front, all that realism going on in there, look. This is definitely one of my favourite RC cars that you can buy. And I know it didn't come out in the year 2022, however, I'm just choosing cars that you can buy in the year 2022. And man, this thing is fast, and it sounds absolutely amazing for an electric model. Now some of you guys might be saying, Kev, what about the Armour Mojave? It looks just like the Traxxas UDR, but it's a lot more durable and it handles better and faster. And while that is absolutely true, the UDR, it just puts a bigger smile on your face. It's not about durability with this. With this, it's all about realism. If I want durability, then I would pick one of these cars here. But end of the day, if this one puts a bigger smile on your face, then that is a better one for you. For me, UDR, hands down, bigger smile on the face. And some of you guys may well be wondering why I'm not featuring any race cars. Now, this video is more about the general ready-to-run bashers. These ones here, these are more finely tuned racing machines. They come with like super heavy-duty 70-75 materials, all these carbon fibre parts, racing engines. The quality of these cars here are so much higher than all this ready-to-run stuff, but I'm a basher, most of you guys are bashers, so we're not really going to focus on any of these race cars. And also, if we sent them to the moon, they probably would not take the durability as well. But just have a look in one of these, look. The camera just does not do the quality of these racing kits justice. Anyway, back to the bashers. And here we have the Armour Infraction. I originally thought that on-road RC cars are going to be boring, but oh my God, the Infraction is just so much fun. This is definitely, without a doubt, one of my top favourite RC cars. Check this out. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got a handbrake model for handbrake turns. It's got loads of horsepower, so you can drift it, you can do speed runs, you can do smoking burnouts, guys. This is definitely a must-have RC car. And they are so versatile. So these two cars here are both Project World's Fastest RC car. This one here, the goal is to get it to go to 203 mile an hour. But since then, someone else has got the record and they got 204, I think it is. So with this one here, I'm trying to make it go 205 mile an hour. And let's have a look inside. And I've put in these two great big Hobby Wing Max 4 motors. Now we went to Rossa this year, a speed event, and with one motor, I got this car to go 174, I think it was.
A 173.27.
Oh, 173, that's what we said. Good job. Next one is 175, 176.
180, get real, come on, man.
No, it's too much. We're not going to cut.
But now look, I've put 2 in there. Double the power. This one here, 12S lipo. This one here, 12S lipo. 24S lipos. And I'm planning to go to Rossa again next summer. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. I really want to get that world record. This one here's got a scorched RC, carbon fibre chassis. Check this bad boy out. Scorched dual motor mount, perfect pass carbon fibre drive shafts, perfect pass servo. And next, let's have a look at this one. So this one here, also an Armour Limitless, same platform as the Infraction. It is a little bit tatty because I have crashed it and I haven't fully freshened it up yet. So this one here, I've made my own sort of DIY underbelly tray thingy-majig. 2 massive MGM ESCs. They can take 15 S lipos each, so 30 S in total. 2 TP power motors. Both of them are direct drive. So this one here is driving the front diff. This one here driving the rear diff. Now this one I've had it go to about 150 something mile an hour, and I had the ESC set up wrong. They were losing power. Jesus.
152.7.
Oh. So we're going to take it back to Rossa as well, and hopefully this one can maybe get the world record too. And now for my favourite RC car of them all. I can't make my mind up. There's actually 2 of them, and I cannot make my mind up. If I could only have one RC car out of all of them, this is a really tricky one. And it's out of these 2 RC cars here. Are you ready? Are you ready? And did you guess right? The XMax and the Raminator. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Kev, where have the Armour 4S cars been? We can't get them here in the UK yet. You're probably thinking, Kev, where's the Traxxas XRT? We also can't get it here in the UK yet. So these are my favourite RC cars, what I can get my hands on now. Now, as I said earlier, the best RC car is whichever one puts the biggest smile on your face. And with these, it's the same but different. Now, when I'm actually driving it, this Raminator gives me the biggest smile. However, it is not as reliable as the XMax. If this thing breaks, it's like one person cannot carry it. This thing is heavy. One person is going to really struggle trying to pick that thing up. Guys, the camera does not do this thing justice. It's absolutely massive. Everyone that ever sees it for the first time is like, wow. It's like double the size of what I thought. Check out the XMax. XMax is a big RC car. But compared to the Raminator, it's just tiny. So Raminator for me is definitely more fun to drive, but it's just the maintenance. It's difficult to work on, it's heavy, it's transporting it. This will not fit inside a normal car. But the XMax, it is like the most fun that I can have with an RC car, minus the Raminator. However, you can use this car every day. You can just walk along and you can carry this car here with one hand. If you break it, not really a big deal. You can carry it back to the car. You can fit it in any car. You can put it in any living room. The Raminator, although it's the most fun, it's also the least practical. So for that reason, both of them come in at #1 spot for my favourite RC cars of the year 2022. Anyway, let's have a look at them. The XMax is just one of the most durable RC cars out there. The amount of abuse that these things can take is absolutely amazing. And it's all plastic construction, and while some people say, it looks cheap, plastic can bend and then it can bend back. Aluminium chassis, they have a habit of bending and staying bent. And also, these chassis are super cheap. These are like $20 for a whole complete chassis. If you compare that to like an Armour Creighton 8S, the chassis are like over $100. Same with the diffs, they're like 4 times the price of a Traxxas diff. And these things are like super easy to work on. And all the parts are really cheap, relatively. And the chassis wise, I've had these XMaxes since the beginning of this channel, probably about 7 years, and I've only ever broken 2 chassis, and they're dirt cheap. I love the way how easy it is just to get the body off. In the middle here, we've got loads of horsepower, we've got double wishbone suspension, giant shocks. And the good thing is, if it rolls over, you've got a self-right button. Hey. You do need to really do a couple of little minor upgrades with these to make them extreme bashable, but pretty much out the box they're pretty much good to go, which is a lot more than what can be said about a lot of these other RC cars where you've got to change, you know, like especially on these armours, to make these extremely bashable you've got to change like almost everything. So let's have a look at my upgraded XMax. So this one here is the first 8S XMax that I had on this channel. So upgrade wise, I've put in a Hobbywing Max 6 ESC. When these first came out, the stock Traxxas ESCs used to catch fire. I think the problem's now solved and it rarely ever happens. But they do give you a little bit more power as well, so you might as well change it. In here, we have Monkey metal gears. The stock pinion and spur gear, they strip really easily. So you want to upgrade these to steel spur and pinion. Next upgrade, we want the RPM rear hub carriers. The stock ones, they break really easily. RPM ones, these are like, I think 6 years old and still the same ones. And lastly, you want to do the Sen hinge pin upgrade, where the pin goes all the way through the arm and it pins both sides together. If you look at a stock one, it's just a pin like that with a grub screw here stopping it from sliding out. The trouble is, when you crash like this, it snaps this piece here off of the arm. It's even worse on the lower arm, actually. And by having it pinned together, it shares the load over both sides, making it double as strong. Also, these drive shaft cover sleeve things that go over the top, a few different companies make these, and these are also a nice worthy upgrade. Other than that, there's not really anything else that you have to do, unless you want to. So here we have my M2C XMax. So on this one we have a bigger 1100 kV Hobbywing motor, Max 5 ESC, M2C aluminium motor mount system, M2C chassis stiffener, M2C centre drive shaft system. Now if you want loads of power and you want to fit a bigger motor to your XMax, you kind of have to do all those upgrades. However, you are adding weight to the car, so you're going to take reliability away from other items. For example, the bulkheads, the arms, the hubs and stuff like that is going to break a lot easier with all the extra weight. And once you fit one of these metal motor mounts, you're putting a lot more strain on that chassis, making chassis break a lot easier. So, you know, this is why they've made this sort of centre support brace here. So if you want big power, that's what you got to do. But, you know, I'm more than happy with the stock XMax performance, so I like to keep my XMax as light as possible and as stock as possible. But the same as everything else, the best way of doing it is whichever way puts a bigger smile on your face. Oh! Oh! Tumble wumble. Oh, we got recovery team. Backflip coming up. Oh! 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 Here we go. My favourite of them all. If this had the reliability and the ease of use of an XMax, this would definitely be my favourite. But when you're actually playing with this thing, nothing else compares. Some people sometimes say they look a bit slow on camera. You have to see these things in person to appreciate the power and the brute force and everything about them. Now this one here I've upgraded. So I've got a Taylor 80cc petrol engine in there. It wheelies on demand. It is just stupid amounts of power. It's like too much power of anything. Knock a doom. Now coming over here we have my original Raminator, and this one here I've done a brushless motor conversion. Now that makes it a lot more trouble free and more user friendly, but a monster truck that's quiet, I mean, no, it's definitely more fun when it's loud. It's so heavy. There we go. Right, here we go. We're going to go to the moon in a minute. Oh, I got a bit close. It is scary, isn't it, this thing? All right, we're going to go flat out this time. I don't know if these old version 1 shocks are going to survive, but we're going to see. All right, here we go, flat out to the moon. fun that I get from this is just nothing comes anywhere close, like not even close. And the same on this, just like on a real monster truck, we've got solid axles, 4-link suspension, centre diffs. This one here I've given dual shocks on each corner, just like on a real one. Just amazing, what can I say? That's why I've got 3 of them, and I've also ordered the Gravedigger edition, so yeah, I'm a bit obsessed. Now there's so many epic cars, it was so difficult to choose which cars were my favourite, and there's many that are not on the list that really should be on there, like the Lossy Lossy 5T. I mean, that out of the box, super durable, super fast for a petrol or a gasser. We've got the Lossy King something Ray, forgot what it's called. We got the Axial SEX6, another epic RC car. Nitro wise, I haven't even put any in this video, but this USA one here from Kyosho, oh my god, how much fun is that? When these nitro engines are running good, they're fun. Like now, it's like more fun than electric.
New batteries, they suck it.
Watch out. Guys, this car is running so good. Look at it, perfect. It's got a 3-speed transmission. It's got a nitro engine. They also do a brushless one. It's got a solid live axle like on a real monster truck. Now, it hasn't got the durability, and it hasn't really got the full scale neither, but it's sort of somewhere in the middle. We got the Hobeo Hyper MT Nitro up there, and a bit disappointed. Every time I take it out, it breaks really easily, which is a surprise because the Hyper VS is actually one of the best basher buggies that you can get. And then we got the Revo Nitro, which is probably the most user-friendly Nitro. Here we have the Log of Doom. Oh, missed. Oh. He's running out of fuel though. Way! Oh, whoa, yay! But I think when it comes to king of nitro RC cars, I think it still has to go with the HBI Savage. It's like a 20 or 30-year-old design, and they're still going strong. This one here is the Savage X, which has recently been released. So we've got a nitro engine, 2-speed transmission, aluminium chassis, but it's twin vertical plates. So you've got one chassis this side and another one on this side. Super durable. Heavy-duty shocks. This has got to be the best nitro basher RC car. The trouble is with electric, although they are more trouble-free, they're faster, they need less maintenance, they're easier to use, they don't stall, they're not messy, they're not noisy. There's just something really, really cool about a nitro RC car. You've got a real engine, you get the exhaust smoke. It's just something that an electric car just cannot replicate. So this one here is actually the bigger Savage, the HBI Savage XL.
nice gentle one, wasn't it?
It's a dinosaur, I've got to look after it, don't I?
Yeah.
It hits third gear quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And HBI have recently released the XL version of that one. I've ordered it, but you know, here in the UK, always late to the party, I haven't got it. Oh man, I am waffled out. Anyway, let me know down in the comments if you agree with my selection, if you've got some different cars that you would put in there instead. Give me a comment down below. And next video is going to be the worst RC cars of the year 2022. So let me know in the comments down below what are the worst RC cars that you can buy in the year 2022. Subscribe!
Out of the blue.